Okay, hello to everybody out there in video streaming land over the web. I'm Doug Grant, K1DG at WRTC headquarters at the Doubletree Hotel here in Westborough, Massachusetts. Things are going along pretty well. It's right now about 5 p.m. local time, and the bands are starting to shift around a little bit. That's 2100 UTC, and there are a bunch of people in the room here. I'm going to show you what's going on in this room. There's quite a bit happening here. But first, a quick update on the scoreboard. We are now 9 hours into the competition. The leading team has almost 1,900 QSOs. They are really rocking along. N6MJ and KL9A are in the lead, where they have been pretty much most of the day. The Slovakian team, OM3BH and OM3GI, are in second place, and DJ5MW and DL1IAO from Germany are in third. PY1NX and LZ3YY from the Bulgarian-Brazilian friendship team are right behind them. UR0MC and VE3DZ behind them. K1LZ YT6W next. G0CKV M0DXR next. F8DBF up, and it just changed again. We've had a little bit of an update. F8DBF and F1AKK are behind them, and the last in the top 10 is W2SC and N2NL. They've been moving up steadily for the past couple of hours, so maybe they're starting to make their move here. So that's what's going on with the scores. The competition's been going smoothly. The teams are getting out terrific. They're making a lot of contacts. They're starting to rake in some multipliers. We're getting good reports from all around the world that the stations have been easy to work. I'm sitting here at an interesting location. You saw earlier we were talking to N6TR, who was operating a remote station, his own remote station back in Oregon from a control point here in Massachusetts. Right now I'm with Al Russo, W1FJ. How you doing, Al?
Very good.
And Al is sitting at a computer and an Elecraft K3 of some sort. This is a K30, a K30. And through a remote rig interface, he is hooked up to SK9HQ. And what does that call sign mean, Al? What is that station?
That's a station in Sweden, and it's a headquarters station in Sweden. So they have a special SSA designation.
Oh, okay. So in this contest, the headquarters stations of all the national societies count for multipliers. So have you been getting a lot of guys calling to get that rare multiplier?
Yeah, it seems to be. It goes along pretty well. I've been on 15 for a while, and then they switched me over to 40 meters, which is unusual at this time for us to. I work guys in all over that I would normally not work at this time.
Yep, it's a little bit different. So do you feel like you're sitting in Sweden, even though you're sitting here in Westborough? Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. The stations that I'm hearing are not guys that I would hear here, and I see some spots for some of the for the stations around here, and I can't hear them.
That must be strange. So have you heard any of our competing teams, any of the one-by-one calls that are the competing teams here in the WRTC?
I haven't heard them on 40, but on 15 I worked quite a number of them, and they were all relatively the same signal strength.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. That's what we were aiming for. Any other comments you'd like to make about what it's like operating remote here? Does it feel like you're sitting in front of the radio, or is there a big delay, or any issues with it?
Now, this is the first time I've ever done this, and it's surprising, but there seems to be no delay. I feel just like I'm home and working the guys as fast as I can.
Boy, that's terrific. All right. Well, let me do a little walking around the room here, and let me show you some of the other things that are happening in the room. This is the exhibit area that we set up, and we've had several companies that made donations to WRTC in return for being able to have a table here in the space, and we also set up a few other remote stations. There was one down there, and it's gone now. Sitting at this table is Ray Novak from ICOM America. How you doing, Ray?
Doing well. Yourself?
Not bad. It's been an interesting day, and things are going surprisingly smoothly in the contest. Okay, over here we have two remote stations sitting side by side. On the right, we have Walter Skudlarek, DJ6QT, who's been to 6 of the 7 WRTC events as a competitor, referee, or just interested attendee. He is sitting here, and hi, Walter. How are you?
I'm fine. You?
I'm very well. We're streaming live. Take a look at the camera.
Oh.
You're on the web. You're on television. So what are you doing here? What station are you operating?
On 50-meter phone.
And what station are you using?
This is aircraft,
Well, it's an aircraft transceiver. What call sign are you using?
a W2 Papa Victor.
And where is the station actually located?
Oh, don't ask me that. I know it's city.
So he's sitting here in Westboro, Mass, and has no idea where the station is, but it's somewhere in Zone 8. Is that right?
That is right. In New York or whatever.
Well, that's good. And you having any trouble making contacts? Does it feel like you're at home?
The station is working properly. This is not the best.
Okay. And we have sitting here. I won't disturb him because he's very busy. I don't know if I can even get him to turn around and face the camera. Let me try this. Watch this. Hey, Alan, look over there. You're on TV. This is Alan N3AD from the Frankfurt Radio Club. He's up here visiting, and he's been helping us out. He's helped us out several times during the course of WRTC as an operator in our test runs, and done a lot of great stuff for us. And what are you doing here?
I am operating my own station in Pennsylvania remotely from here, trying to participate just a little bit, at least, in the contest.
Oh, how's it working out?
It's working out good. It's fun.
Does it feel like you're at home?
Well, not quite, but it's getting there. Yeah.
Oh, great. So how many contacts have you made?
Oh, just a few hundred.
Okay. Have you been chasing the WRTC competing station?
But we're on right now. The high bands are open, and it's too close, so it skips right over. I'm looking forward to the low bands being open tonight, where it'll be much easier to work them from my station, which is in Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool. So how's the whole week been for you? You've been here since the beginning. How's it been?
It has been great. I've been to a number of these, and they're always exciting. And this one was, certainly met all my expectations for excitement.
Great, terrific. Thanks a lot. Let me see what else we got around here. Yep. Let's go down this way a little bit. Sorry to show you my back there. I'm not quite sure who this guy is. He seems to be busy on the radio. Let me see if I can get his attention for a moment. Excuse me, sir, have you got a moment?
No, I'm having a 200 hour, thank you.
Well, I'll do the talking for him.
Okay.
This is my brother
On my remoteness.
This is my brother-in-law, K1 Alpha Radio, John Doerr. He is currently sitting in Massachusetts, but making a lot of QSOs from the station of Papa Radio 1 Tango, PR1T, in Brazil. It's a multi-op station that's been set up with remote capability, and that's where he's operating from, and he says he's having a 200 QSO hour, and that looks about right. He's making a lot of contacts, and he seems to be hooked on this remote stuff. I was talking to him earlier, and he said he's completely sold on it now. He was a little bit skeptical. He's a little bit of a trailing edge technology guy, but I think he's hooked now. By the way, in case anyone is wondering, we did some homework with the licensing authorities in both Sweden and Brazil to determine that it would be within their rules and regulations for operators here in the U.S. Who are duly licensed to be able to operate those remote stations, and they cleared it, and they approved everything. So if anyone has any doubts whether we're doing something that crosses borders and maybe isn't quite up to the regulations, we did check it out, so everything's on the up and up, so we're good. Let me see what else we got. I'm not sure I have enough mic cord here. That's about all I'm getting. Whoa! There goes the camera. It's not an earthquake. He's just moving the camera to get a little closer. What else do we have here? Okay, we have, let me see if I can bother this guy. Got a moment, Rich?
Sure.
Don't you love being interrupted in the middle of a run?
100%, thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Rich Astroboski, K1CC, who's been one of the guys working behind the scenes on WRTC for a while. He prepared a lot of the, whoa, here we go, we're going for another ride. Yeah. It's not an earthquake. There we go. So Rich has been working behind the scenes quite a bit on site evaluations. He prepared a lot of the documentation for our site captains, our drivers, maps of how and directions on how to get to the sites. He's personally visited every single one of the sites that we used and and all the sites that we didn't use that were disqualified for one reason or another. So you're operating. What are you doing here? Where are you operating from?
I'm at Jerry's house.
Jerry's house. And where's Jerry's house?
Jerry
Well, that's actually K2LE and Vermont. Is that right? Is that where I am? Okay.
This is what's interesting about the internet and radio over the internet. He really doesn't know where he is. But you are in Massachusetts, Rich, but from a radio perspective, it looks like you are in Vermont. So how's it going? You working, guys?
Oh, it's great. This is actually a unique station. I think we're the only ones running an amplifier here. So we have a console here. It shows the picture of the front panel. I can press the key and I can see how much power I'm putting out. 1,500 watts. So I feel I'm strong on the van. I'm sitting here on the bottom and calling CQ, and people are coming back to me.
They were, at least until I started bothering you, and now you're going to lose your frequency. All right, well, I won't bother you anymore. I'll let you get back to it. But you're having a pretty good rate. You're running a lot of guys?
Yeah, it's a little bit slow, but even with 1,500 watts. But just got on a short while ago, and we're just swapping seats here and playing musical chairs.
Great. Okay, thanks. Get back to it. Keep the rate up. We have a couple more guys here. Maybe I can bother them. What we have operating at this end of the room is a station using our club call sign, WR1TC. And we are set up exactly the same as the stations in the field, except that we're in a building, not in a tent. Outside, the antenna system is exactly the same as what the field stations are using. The TX38 tri-bander from Cycle 24, sold by DX Engineering now. And we have a triplexer donated by Innov Antennas 403A, Heil Sound headsets, Rig Expert interfaces, Vibraplex keys, and we have two complete operating positions here, just like they have in the tents. 100-watt radios, and outside the hotel we have a 40-foot tower we put up temporarily with the tri-bander and wire antennas for 40 and 80. And I don't know if I can bother him. Over here we have IRA K2RD, and he's operating on the right-hand station, which is an ICOM 7600 provided by ICOM. Whoop, here we go. Maybe I can move this chair out of the way. You can tell this is live, unscripted, unrehearsed television, folks. This is as raw as it gets. Let me get over on this side. So, what are you up to? Watch out for the cord. Trying to keep a frequency on 20 meters, and how's that working out for you?
Not too bad.
Okay. So how's the station working with this little tri-bander at 40 feet?
It's working well. I mean, it certainly proves that QRP is, or low power is less fun than high power, but this is great.
Okay. Now, how about the other local stations here, the competing stations? Have you heard any of those on 20 here?
We've worked many of them.
Oh, that's great. So, okay, terrific. And how many QSOs do we have here? Wow, we got like 700 QSOs on this station. Not bad. Yep. And we're not a rare multiplier. We don't count for extra points or anything. It's just some folks here. A little while ago, I came into this room, and the children of Sergio, PP5JR, his kids are both licensed, and they were operating here. And I think they are teenagers or pre-teenagers, and they seem to be having a pretty good time running around and making QSOs from here in New England. Adam in there. Hi, Adam. How you doing? This guy, Adam, has been working in our communications center and handling the hotline and a lot of incoming calls. You having fun?
Definitely, yeah. It's good to get on the air too after being on the phone a lot.
Yeah, he's been taking all the trouble calls and logging in things and handing them off to the directors with issues of interference between stations or something breaking or some kind of a question. Where we've needed replacements. So he's been in there for hours and hours and hours, and finally getting a chance to play the radio. You're on what? You're on 15 meters. And how's the band sound?
The band's pretty good. Pretty open to Europe. Got a couple of QSOs in South America. I guess I'll come back and do so.
Now you and Ira are sharing the same tri-bander with the two radios connected through the triplexer filter system over there. When he transmits, are you getting any interference into your radio at all?
I haven't heard any interference at all.
You can't even tell that he's there, even though you're both transmitting 100 watts into the same antenna.
I have no idea.
So I guess the triplexer technology works pretty well. So thanks a lot. Get back to it. Keep the rate up. Make some more contacts. So I think that's about all I've got for you this time around. what do we have? Oh, let's take one more look at the scoreboard before we bail out. Let me walk down this way. Okay, and here we are. It's about 15 minutes since the last time we looked at it, and N6MJ and KL9A are still on top of the leaderboard. OM3BH and OM3GI still hanging in there in second. DJ5MW and DL1IAO from Germany in third, just doing a great job. And the PY1NX LZ3YY team still in the top 5. N5DX and N2IC up there in 5th spot. So I think things are starting to tighten up. The scores at the top are about 1.7 million, then 1.6, 1.5, and then there's a whole cluster, there's a whole pack at about 1.4 million. So this is still anybody's game, and we're a couple of hours from sunset. When the sun goes down, the low bands are going to open up, the high bands are going to change a little bit, and all the bands are going to be open at the same time for a couple of hours. So the guys who make the right choices on which band to be on, to get the most high point QSOs and the most multipliers, the ones who make the best strategic decisions are going to start pulling ahead of the pack, I think, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So that's it for now. We'll see you sometime a little bit later. K1DG, over and out.